And making his way to the ring, a household name in Thailand. He is the number 5 ranked Lumpini Stadium fighter at the current moment. From the Sukhumvit gym over in Thailand, it is Supa Chai. And he takes on Bruce the Preacher Macfie in a much anticipated rematch in quarterfinal number 3. Well, another great ovation for this man, the Preacher, Bruce Macfie, being led to the ring by Pops Tri-Ming from the K6 gym, one of the firm favourites here tonight. And in this much anticipated rematch against Supa Chai, they're put up by Queensland Muaythai, the Preacher, Bruce Macfie.
Boys both know the rules. All I say is
well, centre referee Brian Murphy with both men. And we're about to get underway. The Preacher, Bruce Macfie, out of the red corner. I'll tell you what, Hammer, he is one of the real firm favourites tonight after a cracker of a win up in the Gold Coast recently on Ray Matsumura's Rising Sun promotion.
Well, no doubt that Macfie's confidence is riding at an all-time high. Just when you think couldn't get any higher, it's high. He is certainly very confident.
There is no limit to the confidence of Bruce Macfie, Hammer. Don't worry about that.
Supa Chai, a man I spent a bit of time with my last visit to Thailand.
You spend time with everyone when you're in Thailand, Mark.
He's a good man.
The whole population of Thailand spends time with the Hammer.
The Thai Airways flight was very amusing with Stefan Fox, Supa Chai and the rest of the Thai team.
Last time out, of course, these two men had a great fight over the distance and Bruce Macfie emerged the winner. Couple of fights for Supa Chai in Australia this year. One loss against Bruce Macfie and one win against Ben Grimer in Adelaide. After Grimer was apparently winning the contest early on by all definition, and Supa Chai came through with his prime weapon, they call it. Those round kicks to the arms that are designed to break opponents' arms, and we'll see if he's able to get them off on Bruce Macfie here tonight. Macfie, a fighter full of confidence, one of the real characters. Almost a catch and sweep, but he went for the high round kick instead, did Supa Chai. Very flat-footed again, the Thai fighter, just like Krongsak Lek in the previous fight. And Macfie bouncing around on the balls of his feet.
Basically, it's what we spoke of earlier, Michael, with the Thai fighters being very hesitant in the early rounds, or they're schooled to basically take it nice and easy in the first 2 to 3 rounds and then open up in the 4th and 5th. But obviously, with this being a 3-round eliminator, you need to be switched on right from the word go.
Straight right hand there from Bruce Macfie. Clash of round kicks. Supa Chai, a little bit of fancy footwork to get out of dodge. Nice 1-2 by Macfie. Thought about a crossing elbow, but no elbows in the prelims, only in the final. The winner of this one, of course, will go on to face the winner of Soren Mongkongton and Clayton Collier. What should be another cracker fight in our 4th quarterfinal. Knees to the midsection, one up to the sternum there from the Preacher, Bruce Macfie. Turns Supa Chai against the ropes, and referee Brian Murphy steps in and separates both men. Hammer, I can smell pizza. That is harsh.
And that's from 2 blocks away. That's the nearest pizza shop.
Jeez, they are torturing me here at the RNA Showgrounds, I'll tell you what. Well, and one of these men will be able to buy a lot of pizza because they'll be $10,000 richer by the end of tonight. Will it be the Preacher, Bruce Macfie, or will the 10G go back to the number 5 ranked Thailand Lumpini fighter, Supa Chai?
Whoever wins the 10 grand will have an instant new best friend in you, Michael. Hoping to be taken down to the pizza shop.
Especially if they're shouting dinner. A knee there from Bruce Macfie. Of course, some controversy over a late blow that he performed on his last fight. But the rules are clearly stated in this one. You can keep hitting a man until his gloves touch the canvas. So he can be falling to the canvas and he can still land to him as long as his glove has not touched the canvas.
That's pretty much a standard rule, however, Michael. Once your gloves touch the canvas, it's a no-go zone. But on anything before that, keep on working.
No.
Rib kick there and another one from Supa Chai. They're the round kicks to keep an eye on, and they'll be battering the right rib cage of Bruce Macfie if he's not guarded up against them. Leg kick there from Macfie. Supa Chai, very tough customer. There's the end of the first round, Hammer.
Oh, what a great first round. I'd say on work rate, you'd have to go maybe the way of Macfie. Supa Chai holding his ground solid, however.
Go up.
We're about to roll in the second round of action. Is Bruce Macfie against Supa Chai. If you just joined us, this is the 3rd of 4 quarterfinals. Already we have Kurt Finlayson and Ben Burton through to the semi-final of Group A. And will it be the Preacher, Bruce Macfie, or Supa Chai through to the first semi-final, well, the semi-final of Group B? All tied up straight away here in the second stanza. Expect Supertry to pick up the pace now. And Macfie's got to be careful of those round kicks that have been catching him on the bicep and on the forearm throughout the first round. Because Supertry is a switched-on tie. A tangle in the centre of the ring. Nice negating knee across the waist there from Supertry. 1-2 to the jaw there. Straight right hand snuck through the guard from the preacher, Bruce Macfie. Supertry drills a knee to the bread basket. Round kick there from Supertry, then crossing right hand. Macfie just throws him off. Another gut-munching knee, trying to put his belly button through his backbone there from Supertry. And another one to Macfie. Supertry standing the way, raking the points now. Negating knee across the waist from Macfie. Tags him with a short right hand. Supertry again coming in up and under. Working those knees just below the sternum. Good effective start to the second round here, Hammer, from the Thai fighter, Supertry.
Well, certainly he's starting to find a bit of an opening now, Supertry. Landing some good knee strikes on Macfie. Macfie countering with tidy hand technique.
Supertry comes forward again. A slower round, this one from Bruce Macfie. More knees to the midsection from Supertry, just getting it up onto the right pec of Bruce Macfie, then goes downstairs, chopping away at the outside left thigh, that being the lead thigh of Macfie.
Well, Macfie's tiring. I'll tell you what, Michael, Supertry's starting to push on good. Macfie's negating technique isn't really being as effective. As long as the tie can keep kneeing in, Macfie needs to get that leg and that shin up across the waist of Supertry and push him away. What he's doing is just cocking the leg up. Supertry's just working around that guard.
And I'll tell you what, Hammer, for the first time in this fight, Bruce Macfie on the back foot in this round against Supertry. He was coming forward in the first round, and now Supertry backing him up here in the second stanza. So the tie, as we said, starting to turn on the heavy artillery.
Tell you what, Michael, if this one does go down to the wire, we could always have a draw. And then, of course, there's the extension round. And that's not going to be good for anyone involved in this fight.
Well, mouthguard's been spat out by Supertry. He doesn't want it. Round kick by Macfie. Supertry, mouthguardless, coming in forward again. Round kick to the rib cage. Macfie just got out of the way of it. And again, Supertry working the knees to both sides of the ribs now. It has been a great scoring round for the Thai fighter.
Well, Supertry spitting his mouthguard out. Of course, it's optional to fight with your mouthguard in Thailand. And Supertry now opting not to have that mouthguard in.
Well, his dentist back home is going to have a big smile across his face. Into the second round, Hammer, and it goes all the way of Supertry.
That one's going the way of the blue corner, round the piece. The third is going to be the definitive round.
Well, some heated words in the corner there from the Sting Christian Triming to Bruce Macfie, telling him, Preacher, you went to sleep in the second round, son. And Triming actually calling it a 10-8 round in favour of Supertry in this second, so we are 1 round apiece. 1 for 1. Preacher taking the first, Supertry taking the second, and it's all come down to the wire here in the third and final stanza as Supertry dumps into the canvas, and he was on the way down, and Supertry footy punted him to the face. Well, Macfie didn't like it, and he's come on now, all guns blazing, and here we go. We've got a bit of a Donnybrook in the third and final round. Hammer, the RNA Showgrounds have come alive because Supertry is giving it in now.
Well, I'll tell you what, $10,000 in Thailand, Michael, that's a hell of a lot of money.
I think you can buy a small province in Thailand with $10,000.
Certainly. Well, Supertry knows if he can take this one out, it's going to be one of his biggest paydays.
I'll be calling him the landlord. Supertry again working the knees, and they wrestle each other to the canvas. There is no love lost between Supertry and Bruce Macfie, and Macfie thought he'd tried the roughhouse tactics earlier in the fight, but in this round it's been Supertry.
Christian Triming sticking his head through the ropes. You can almost call a fight off if the trainer does that. The trainers do have to stay on the outside of the ring.
Wow, Christian Triming, Pops Triming, they're all in the corner of Bruce Macfie trying to urge him on. We need some subtitles over in the corner of Supertry. Can't understand what they're saying, but it's got to be all good because he catches and sweeps. Stop there from Supertry. Execute the captain sweep.
Put some more
Bruce
points
Macfie.
for Supertry.
Well, this again has been Supertry's round. The top doing an absolute number on the pin-up board. And Macfie don't like it, none, folks. Round kick there from the preacher.
I'll tell you what, Michael. Now Supertry is pushing up, laying those knees to the midsection.
Knee
Just
to the
working
outside.
all the way. All tied up against the ropes. Supa keeping the work rate up. As Brian Murphy pulls him back in the centre ring, Supa is getting dangerously close to taking it away from Macfie in this one. Macfie needs to really keep the action happening.
Supa again tying him up, trying to work the knee to the sternum. Negating knee just across the waist there from the Thai fighter. Has a little word in the face of Bruce Macfie. Macfie isn't liking this lack of respect, but Supa, who lost to Macfie early this year, wants to pull one back. Macfie just missing with a glancing right hand. Supa ties him up against the ropes. And again, the Thai has been all over him like a rash here in the third and final round, Hammer.
Well, certainly Michael Muaythai is really giving Macfie a hard time in centre ring. I'll tell you what, if this one goes down to the wire, we could almost call it a draw. We could almost go the extension round.
Well, the crowd rallying behind Bruce Macfie, but here comes Supa again, another gut muncher off the left knee. Macfie's got him in almost a side headlock, and Supa just waning in on him. One of the favourites could be going down if Bruce Macfie doesn't pick up the pace now in the final moments. Lining up the big goodnight Irene off the right, and there it is, into the third and final round, and Supa thinks he's got it, Hammer.
I'll tell you what, Michael, I could almost tend to agree there, but take that away, could almost be a draw. If it's not a draw, you'd almost have to go the way of Supa after a very lacklustre performance there from the Bruce Macfie, the favourite, actually falling over a little bit there in that the last and second last round. Just picking up some of the action there from that the third and final round. Have a look at that for a textbook takedown there from Supa. Caught the round kick, swept out the supporting leg, down went Macfie. Got to score that one well for the Thai. Supa nice guard again, caught it well, bang down for the dump. And Macfie didn't really get out of, second gear in that fight. We've seen him fight a lot better. And Supa enjoying the experience in centre ring. I'll tell you what, he'll go close to taking this one out.
Ladies and gentlemen, we have a unanimous points winner and transferring through to the semi-finals, Supa.
Well, there you have it. Something of an upset perhaps in centre ring. One of the local favourites is out. The preacher Bruce Macfie is gone, and Supa will take on either Soren Monconton or Clayton Collier in semi-final number 2.